grandfather arrived here in 1903 from Hoi Ping, China, which is near Guangzhou. He traveled by a steerage class, which is below on the bottom part of the deck, where you had, of course, like tourist class and first class above that. They would prepare their own food down below there for the 3-week journey across the Pacific. Landing in Vancouver,
we then bought the CPR, I think, yeah, Canadian Pacific Railways, from Vancouver all the way to Halifax.
And by that time, it would be yellow and really bad shape, you know. So that's the experience of my father as far as Chinese and relating to the public, Chinese public.
Because what they do, most of the people operate laundry at the time, maybe 1 or 2 restaurants. They don't have to speak very much.
there were restrictions, basically legislated by unions, labor unrest on the West Coast. So there was prejudice against the Chinese as a threat, taking jobs. And so there was a head tax which started at $50 for every Chinese entering Canada. The head tax was later changed to the Exclusion Act from 1923 to 1947. And that prevented Chinese families to be united, where there was that threat of Chinese breeding and multiplying in North America.
I had a very nice little girl, and she took me home, and the mother grabbed her in and shut the door on me, and I didn't know what was happening. And next day, I asked the little girl, and she said, I'm not allowed to play with you. And I didn't know why, and she said, because you're Chinese.
They thought at that time that there were too many foreign doctors in the United States taking up American jobs. Okay, I don't know whether you feel that it sounds familiar. So my position was terminated that day. And they gave us 2 weeks to leave the United States. 2 weeks only.
I stood there and cried my eyes out. Because I'm Chinese at heart. You can't take that away from me.
And the only place that we actually got an invitation was PI when I called the Medical Society of Principal Island, and it was promising. They said that they would try to see whether they can find someone to go to Buffalo to interview us, because who would believe a professor in Buffalo, New York would want to come to Summerside to work?
These are really, really nice, compassionate people.
My baby sister, 8 years younger than me, she became a nurse, and she married a UNTD, they call it, university students. They exchange students from Belgium. So she married a Belgian, and I should tell you, my oldest brother Tom married a Scottish lady from work, and my second brother Frank married a Norwegian lady, and then my William married half Chinese in Halifax. So we have a little United Nations in our family.
I want to be the best doctor I can be. I spent many hours in hospital, so I had to do a lot of work to get to that point, getting children more healthy without being sick all the time.
We are Chinese, don't get me wrong. We feel it, but we are also Canadian first.
If I had a choice to come to Canada, I would.